Hello students, today we will be studying about the topics of the energy of a satellite, the concept of binding energy, and also about the escape velocity of a body or a satellite. Now when we are talking of a satellite, obviously just like any other body of mass m, as long as the satellite is on somewhere on the surface of the earth, it has got a potential energy which is minus gmm by r. Now how do we get this formula of potential energy was discussed in a previous video. So this is the formula for the potential energy of that satellite in this case. And if that satellite is made to launch from the surface of earth with a velocity v, it will have a kinetic energy half mv squared. Now remember, we talked about this previously as well, that when a satellite is moving around the earth, during its motion, the basic thing that's happening is a motion along a circle, and whenever motion along a circle happens, there is obviously a centripetal force, because it is the centripetal force, the force acting towards the center, which is responsible for making the body move in a circle, and it is the centripetal force mv squared by r in this case, which is equal to the gravitational force between earth and that satellite of mass m. So the gravitational force is the one which is responsible for providing this centripetal force. Cancelling the m and r's, we get that v squared is equal to g times mass of earth. Now how is this important? Well, we can substitute this value of v square here, and therefore we get kinetic energy is equal to half m g times mass of earth. So this is the value of the kinetic energy that we are having. But yeah, sorry, I made a mistake here, because remember that for the gravitational force of attraction, it is a inverse square law, so we have the second power of the distance, it is gmm by r squared. So 1 r will remain here, and therefore we will put that r here. So kinetic energy is equal to half, let me write it in the proper form, half gravitational constant mass of earth times mass of satellite divided by r. Now since this r here is the radius of the earth, we are again assuming that the satellite is moving close to the surface of earth such that the height is negligible compared to the radius. In that case, we can replace r with radius of the earth. If it is moving at a greater height, we will simply replace r with re plus h. So let us now move on with this. So this is the kinetic energy that an orbiting satellite is having when it is moving around the earth at a height which is close to the surface, and obviously it has got this potential energy. Then what is the total energy of the body? Total energy is always sum of kinetic and potential energies, so that is equal to 1/2 gmm by r plus this thing which is minus of gmm by r. So this part is constant, we basically have half minus 1, so that is minus half g times mass of earth times mass of satellite by radius of earth. This is the total energy. So whenever a satellite is orbiting around the earth in an orbit which is having a height much negligible as compared to radius of earth, this is the total energy. And if it is orbiting at a substantial height, that is at a much greater distance, such that h is now comparable to radius of earth and we cannot neglect it anymore, then we will simply use r plus h in this formula, because then in place of potential energy we will use re plus h as well, and in place of kinetic energy also we will use the re plus h. As a result, in the final form also we will have the re plus h. So the total energy of a satellite, sum of potential and kinetic, is negative. Now kinetic energy can never be negative. The reason is that kinetic energy is half m v squared. Square of any quantity is always positive and mass of a body cannot be negative. So kinetic energy as a whole cannot be negative. So it is the potential energy which is negative, due to which the total energy is negative. And this concept of total energy being negative is that we always talk about it in this manner when it comes to physics, that whenever some body is infinitely far away, so this distance is infinitely far away, at that infinite distance away, the energy of the body is zero. The potential energy of the body is zero. And whenever you are somewhere closer within the gravitational field of some mass, your potential energy is negative. It's like a number line where infinity is the zero mark and everything, the domain in which we deal is the negative side of the number line, and there is nothing with the positive side because there is no distance which can be greater than infinity. Infinite itself means the greatest possible distance. Now we will talk about the concept of escape velocity. So every now and then you read in the news that there is a satellite or a rocket which has left the atmosphere of the earth and it has moved into space. And most often than not, you will read that how incredible or powerful the engines of these rockets are in order to be able to carry them into outer space. Now, why is it such a big deal? Why is achieving this escape velocity, or what for that matter is escape velocity? Well, as the name suggests, you can understand it has got the word escape in it, so it basically means this is the velocity. Escape velocity is the velocity which anybody has to attain, whether it's you or me. Anybody has to attain in order to escape the gravitational influence of the earth. So if you attain the escape velocity, you can be outside the gravitational pull of the earth. The force of gravity, the mass of earth will no longer have an influence on you. So let us take the case for this rocket. Say the rocket has a mass m. So when it is simply sitting idle on the ground, it has got a potential energy which is minus g times mass of earth times the mass of the rocket by radius of earth. This is the potential energy. Now, when it completely is outside the domain of the gravitational field of earth, that means the mass of the earth is no longer having an influence on it. So if this is the earth and I say that when the rocket is at this height away, then at this height, at this certain height, the gravitational field of the earth is so weak that as if there is no influence on that certain body which has a mass m. That means for the body to attain the escape velocity, it must reach a certain height where the potential energy of the body completely converts to its kinetic energy. So there is no longer any potential energy due to mass of the earth. So that basically means the body needs to be launched with a velocity v, such that at that altitude half mv squared is equal to g times mass of earth times mass of the body times the radius of the earth. Why did we make this minus plus here? Well, now the body, in this case the rocket, has to do work against the gravity, so it's plus. When we derived the formula, we said that in that case earth was attracting the body, so it was the attractive force of earth which was doing the work. As a result, work done by earth was positive, but work done by the body was negative. But now the rocket is moving against the gravity of earth, so the work done by the rocket is positive, and this entire potential energy will be converted to the kinetic energy. So equating, we get the masses cancel. Basically we get that v squared is equal to 2 times gme divided by radius of earth. And from a previous expression we had found this out, that g times mass of earth times mass of a small body by radius squared is the weight of the body on earth. As a result of which g r squared is g times mass of earth. This expression we found it out previously. So we will use this gme here, so that makes it 2 gr square by r, this r cancels. So velocity of a body is equal to root over 2gr. So we basically see that the escape velocity of a body, and this is the fun part, it depends upon the acceleration due to gravity on the planet and the radius, which means the dimensions of the planet. It does not depend upon the mass of the body. So whether you are a small ping pong ball of mass 10 gram, whether you are a human being of mass 70 kilograms or whether you are a huge rocket of mass 10 tons, escape velocity for all of us is the same. It is equal to root over 2g RE, where this g and RE only depends upon the planet on which we are standing. It does not depend on us. And what is the value of this escape velocity? If you plug in the value of g, which is 9.81 meters per second square, and the value of radius of Earth, which is 6,370 kilometers, you shall find the escape velocity turns out to be approximately 11.2 kilometer per second. Don't make it meter. 11.2 kilometers per second is the escape velocity of the Earth. That means in order for anybody, whether it's you, me, a rocket or a dragonfly, it will have to attain this velocity of 11.2 kilometers per second. If it attains, this is the minimum by the way, you can always attain velocities greater than that, but if you have a velocity less than this, you will return back to the Earth. 11.2 kilometers per second is the minimum velocity you need to have in order to escape Earth in the first place. In a previous derivation we had done this, that the orbital velocity of a body is root over of g times radius of Earth, and just now we found out escape velocity is root over of 2gr. Therefore one can easily see that escape velocity is root 2 times the orbital velocity. And quite obviously, if you do this calculation, you had found out last day this is around 8 km per second, and we just now found out this is 11.2 km per second. So it actually does differ by a factor of root 2, which has a value of 1.41. So basically this is our Earth, then a satellite which is moving close to the surface of Earth, where h is much smaller than radius of Earth. We said that the formula will be root over gr and the velocity of the satellite will be 8 km per second. But when the height becomes considerable and it moves at a greater height, it has got a velocity which is 11 km per second. So these are two formulas that we derived today, one of them being that the escape velocity is root over 2 times acceleration due to gravity times radius of Earth, and the total energy, sum of kinetic and potential, is minus of gmm by r. So now we will do a fun part here. So say we have two satellites. Suppose we launching those two satellites, and all other parameters of the satellite are same, that is g and m is obviously will be remaining constant, so the mass of the satellites are also same. So we see that the energy, that's inversely proportional to the radius of the Earth, and since in the formula we said that this can be plus h as per requirement, that means the energy is inversely proportional to the height at which the satellite is orbiting. So if this is our planet Earth, then and suppose there are two altitudes, this is altitude h1 and this is altitude h2. h1 is smaller than h2, but since they are inversely proportional, energy of the satellite which is in this orbit at a height 1 will be greater than energy of the satellite which is at a height h2. Energy is inversely related to the height. So if you are orbiting at a smaller height, you will have a greater energy as compared to when you are orbiting at a greater height. And this is a very fascinating thing, but at the same time you can see, if you look in the expression for escape velocity of the, let us not talk about escape velocity because it has already escaped the Earth. If we talk about orbital velocity, which is root over GRE, or let me use the more accurate version, that is assuming that the height is not much smaller as compared to the radius of the Earth. In that case, the orbital velocity is equal to radius of Earth squared times g divided by radius of Earth plus height. This is the actual formula. So we can see that radius of Earth, that's a constant, so it comes outside the root. This is how it looks like. So we see also that this orbital velocity is also inversely proportional to the height. So that means at a greater height you will have a smaller value of orbital velocity as compared to a lower height. So basically, say suppose this is our planet Earth, and initially there are two satellites. Say these two satellites are in a competition, and the competition is that who will be attaining the greatest height possible from the surface of the Earth. In our general life, when we do this kind of competitions like a bicycle or a car, what we do is we increase our speed, and the more we increase the speed, the greater our chances of reaching the finishing line before. But in this case, for these two persons in these two satellites who are taking part in the competition, the one who will lower the velocity, that person will with time move up in the orbit, and the person who will increase the velocity will with time come closer to the surface of the Earth, because we can see here that velocity is inversely proportional to height, and so is the energy. So if you are closer to the surface of Earth, you have more negative energy, because we said that at infinity the energy is zero. So if you are going away from surface of Earth, your energy is slowly and slowly becoming positive, or your energy is increasing. Therefore, a decrease in the velocity increases your energy, and in order to increase energy, what you have to do? You have to decrease your velocity.